All right, you all the family, put your hands together, family. All right, all right.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Feeling
That's what's
good.
up.
It's
Yeah,
a
man.
hump day Wednesday. And I hope everyone has had a great week so far, and we're going to look for a better one moving forward. And we're going to get started here. Big B.
Yo, man, what's up, buddy?
How you doing there, buddy?
Hey, man, I'm doing terrific, man. I don't know what about you. I'm doing really
doing
good.
good, man. Let me come off of here.
Yeah.
I'm going to let the music go down, and we can get started.
Yeah. Hope you can hear me well. All right over there now. Did I clear up any, Dr. P?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
You cleared
All right.
up a
Very
little
good.
bit.
Very good. Very good. Hey, everybody. What's up, yo?
Hey, you got it.
That's right. That's right.
Hey. I'm glad everyone is looking well and you're doing good. It's going to be a good one. I hope you got your pens and pads ready. We're going to go in this evening, talk about the holistic health. And again, give my hands out there. Let's give our hands, put our hands together for the host with the most. That's Bill 1L Morgan.
What's up? That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
All
yes,
right,
man.
Big B. How you doing over there, man? Everything well?
You know what? Great day today. It was nice and warm, and actually, even the humidity wasn't as bad as what last week. That was humidity was kicking my hump, boy.
Yeah, we had 2 days. The other day it was 95. Was it yesterday? It was like 95.
Yesterday was really bad. Yesterday.
Yes, it was
So,
like.
but I'm not gonna
95
complain. I can put one foot in front of the other and move on.
No use complaining, right?
Nope,
That's
not
right.
even by
That's
accident.
right. So we're
Yes,
going to go ahead and get started because, time moves on us, right?
Yeah, buddy.
So
Yes, sir.
today we want to go in, and I want to say if you are joining us for the very first time, this is the Family Tree. We say this is the Holistic Health Network where you can ask any and all questions because this is an ancient principle going back to where the family gathered around the tree to talk about the things of the world and what's going on and to ask questions and maybe get some answers so some things that you may be going on. So what we say is there are no dumb questions, right? The only dumb questions are the one you didn't ask.
There you go.
So we do everything with respect and dignity with all questions. There are no dumb ones, right? So we want to say if you have a question or concern, go down to your reactions bar, click the reactions, put your hand up so that we can get that information. We can get who you are, and you will be put right up in the top there. See where Claudia is all the way up there with her hand up already?
There you go. That's right. Claudia's a great example. Way to go, Claudia.
Way to go, Claudia. And we'll get to your question. You can also leave in the chat box. If you do not want to get on screen, you can actually put a question in the chat box, and we'll have Big B, or I don't know if Prophet is on yet.
I haven't seen fingers yet.
I haven't seen it yet, but she'll actually get the question, and we'll get it answered. If we can't answer it, we'll find somewhere where we can get that answer for you, okay?
Indeed.
All right, I want to get everyone aboard, and remember, this is the Family Tree, so I want to say, let's see, 116, we got more folks coming on in. All right, we're going to get started. If you're by the phone, also, I did not mention by the phone. If you're by the phone and you may have gotten past that prompt that tells you how to ask or raise your hand, don't worry, just let us know, and we'll try to get to your question, okay?
Certainly will.
All right, sounds good, Big B. So give us an update, Big B. What's going on our favorite website?
Okay, guys, from our very favorite website, that's ncov2019.live. That's ncov2019.live. Our update, Dr. P, of about 10 minutes ago, our total confirmed cases, 533,269,508. Total critical cases, 6,315,102. Total active cases, 36,907,512. Total recovered. This is our mental health moment, guys. Total recovered, 489,995,211. So,
that's a lot of good stuff, man.
A lot of good stuff there, guys.
Y'all. A lot of people are getting well.
That's right.
People
That's right.
doing things. I want you to. I want to set it to the floor that if you have a testimony or anything that you've done, anything that you've gotten from the Family Tree or some health thing that you're using, or that you can contribute, let us know. This is a place to share that information. I always say that, Big B, we got to tell it. A testimony is.
I know that's right. Yes.
something of what's going on with you. You can help somebody that may already be suffering.
Yes.
One of the things that I see all the time is people have results and they think, that's not much. No, it's a lot. We say
indeed.
crawl, walk, run
Amen.
to your health. So you want to get back slowly, but surely you're doing better. So let someone know what you're doing. You know, you might have diabetes and you saw your numbers drop a little bit. You say, yeah, I started doing a little bit of, something with, eating right. Started doing this, started doing that. Share that information, please.
Yes,
all right?
yes.
All right, Big B. We're going to start off in the chat. Anybody?
All right, here we go. We got a couple real quick ones here, Dr. Ball. This is from Harold. Harold says he's moved now from Philly up into the Poconos. He said he's been told the water is good, but he wants to test. I don't blame you here. I don't trust nobody. I like to test it myself. What do you use for testing water quality and its pH? That's from Harold.
Yeah, you can test there's ways of testing the pH, and that was with this right here. You can see that. Ooh, see that?
Yeah, you can. You can. You can see it
right there.
What's that called?
That is called Enagic, and this is a hydrogen drops.
Okay.
Got it? Hydrogen drops can be used, and you can take those and you can add it to just water, and it turns a color. The color will give you the energy that's in the drops. This brand is from Enagic, Enagic, and that's on the website where we get the Kangen machines. Got it? So that's enagic.com. Got it? If you want to find that. And you can download this. It's about $5, or you can go to a pool store. Now, some of the pool stores do have a testing procedure where you can test to see contaminants and things like that. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to give you one even easier. You can go to a Home Depot or a Lowe's. They have testing kits also there. There's ones for purchase, and this is for anyone. Or you can actually do a free one as you're going out. Y'all know where Home Depot is, where you see the recycle 5-gallon drums? Well, right there, there's a tree that stands out there. It's a free tree that you basically take that tree. There's a free water testing with that. I don't know if y'all know about that. And it has a little small vial in it. Also, you just grab one. It's supposed to be one per person, but you might want to test, different parts of your home or something like that, or you might have a friend. So what you would do is take that vial, fill it with water, and then you would send it in. In about a couple of weeks, they would give you all the testing on what's going on with your house. So it's good for things like lead, contaminants, all kind of sediment, things like that, even traces of oils, things like that are found in waters, parasites, things like that. So that's a good way you can do it. So that's one way of doing it, along with the pH hydrogen strips. Drops. Actually, they're drops, so you could use that. All right.
Okay. All right. Okay, Dr. Hopkins from Jackie. Jackie says, is sea moss safe to take daily if one is already dealing with kidney issues like chronic kidney disease stage 3?
That's actually helping you. Yeah, that's actually helping, but you got to drink water. You got to drink a lot of water. With sea moss, remember, it has long-chain triglycerides, or LCT. We talked about MCT, remember?
Yes.
MCT was medium chain triglycerides. That's what's found in things like coconut oil. You remember the coconut oil? That's also good for memory. So long chain triglycerides is like a dragnet. It drags out all the sludge and anything that's basically, blocking the system. That's why sea moss is so good for mucus. It pulls that excess mucus out of the system. So yes, I would say you can drink. You would take the sea moss, but you got to drink a lot of water. That's the activator. Okay.
All right, Dr. P. Here we go again. Here's one more. All right, my daughter was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome. Do you have any natural remedies for tinkling?
Yeah. See, she said she had Guillain-Barré.
Her daughter has it.
Yeah, Guillain-Barré. That's actually a syndrome. When you have certain things, remember we say whenever there's a syndrome, that means they have no clue what it is. That's basically what it is. So, anytime you're dealing with anything like that, it's attacking the immune system. So what we want to do is build the blood. So that goes back to our, the things that we talk about, which are the blood cleansers. We have a list of those on my website. drpaulherbs.com. Just go into download and download those. If I were to say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, one that would be very good for that, because remember, it damages, whenever you start talking about it damages the nerve system of the body. It can be bacterial or viral sometimes, but what we want to do is make sure we clear it all off. So one that really is good is Gotu Kola. Gotu Kola, GOTU KOLA. Gotu Kola. Gotu Kola was used for many times back in ancient times for leprosy, but it also is good for the pineal gland. It's for cleansing the skin, cleans the liver, does a lot of those things. So if there was one that I would say just for that specific Guillain-Barré syndrome, it's called Barré syndrome, I would use Gotu Kola. Okay. And that actually deals with, when it deals with the immune system, sort of triggers the nerves and breaks the cell of that myelin sheath. And sometimes you'll get like the paralysis and things like that. So it can cause a lot of different complications. So we got to clean the blood. Go back to cleaning blood. Always, whenever in doubt, clean the blood. Y'all heard that?
Thank you.
That's very simple. Whenever in doubt, clean the blood.
Whenever in doubt, clean the blood. Because usually there's some kind of parasite going on. Bacteria, there's only 5 things that it could be. Bacteria, virus, fungus, sepsis, or parasites. Those are the 5 right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Excuse me. Cheryl wants to know, is there anything to help prevent peripheral vertigo?
Yeah, you got to figure out what that is. Vertigo of any and all kinds can be a lot of different things. It could be imbalance. I would always say try to check structural first. That is structural issues. I always say check to make sure there's no imbalance with the cervical spine. A lot of those vertigo issues happen from the spine, and that means some kind of pinched nerve, some kind of misalignment, something going on in that area. It also can be an infection, though. Can be an infection in the inner ear. Don't ignore that. Whenever there's a infection in the ear, you got to definitely jump on that right away. Okay. If there was anything else, I would say probably again, watching, keeping your fingers out of your ears. A lot of people put their fingers in their ear. Not whether consciously or unconsciously putting fingers in the ear, and your hands are dirty. So bacteria gets in the ear, and that can cause things like infections. So be careful with that. Things can be parasitic also. So there would be a list of things that we would have to do to check that. But that would be an assessment. But I would check structural first with a chiropractor or someone for an adjustment.
Yeah, I went to the ER for this a couple of weeks ago. I had a really bad case of it. And I went to the ER. They did some checking with, the heart, the chest, things like that. And looking for a stroke, there wasn't any there like that. But they never told me what to do now.
Yeah, because they don't have a clue right now. Yeah, they don't have a clue what to do. That's why you can't, and the reason why I'm saying check with a structural issue. Because you cannot give you anything for even herbal or medication that can correct a structural issue.
Sure,
There's a
understood.
structural issue. So if you got to eliminate that out the equation first, then you move forward. Okay.
For the chiropractor, not the ENT, you're saying. Go to chiropractor. Okay. Thank you.
And then now, if there was some other things, now there can be dehydration and malnutrition also.
I was dehydrated at that point. I didn't eat or drink for 2 days.
Yeah, because you can also have an infection. I'm going to tell y'all what's on the rise right now. What's on the rise right now is urinary tract infections. They're on the serious rise right now. I'm seeing so many people that are coming in with UTIs and don't even know it. They have not a clue. And see what happens with the UTIs when you hold the urine, you're holding it in that lower burner, lower chakra, perfect condition for bacteria to grow. So then when you finally go, and then you come out and say, wait a minute, I feel like I got to go again. That actually is, it feels empty. Well, actually it feels full, but it's really empty. The lining of the bladder is slightly infected. So what's happening is the body in reaction to trying to clear out an infection raises the body temperature. So when it raises the body temperature, raises it up to a temperature that sometimes passes 108, which is the temperature of boiling of close to 108, which is actually the temperature of boiling blood. So when it gets too close to that, that gets too much heat on the brain, causes discombobulation, and then people start getting dizzy and then they're falling. So that's another form of infection in the system. I had a couple of people that were telling me they had a family member this week that passed with a UTI. So you got to make sure we're very strong on that. Don't hold the urine. Got it? Don't hold your urine. You can be causing a urinary tract infection.
Dr. Paul, so does cranberry juice help that? Because I work at a doctor's office today, and a couple people did call. They had a UTI. So one lady was like, "I've been drinking a lot of my cranberry juice. Does that help?"
Nope.
A lot of sugar.
Real easy. Nope.
Nope.
Old myth, I guess.
Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
All right. This. Please, you need to get on. You need to get on. You need to go on. You at the hospital? You at the hospital? Are you at the hospital for real? Come out.
No, I work at a doctor's office. I'm not at the hospital.
Did they got a loudspeaker in there? You need to go.
No.
Attention, everybody! Leave the cranberry flower alone. Let me tell you
Leave
why.
that juice alone.
Leave that cranberry juice alone. All right, this is why. And I hear this all the time. It's good for the ureta, which is actually the leading from the bladder, from the kidneys to the bladder. But it falls on the acidic side. So now that is very acidic. Mm-hmm. And nothing is going to, remember, that's in a state of acid, remember? Mm-hmm. So it's not going nowhere. That infection says, oh, this is perfect.
I know,
we
that's
ain't
right.
going nowhere. Nobody gets
you.
well. So if you go to the acid alkaline food chart, you'll see that cranberry falls on the acidic side, just like pomegranate falls on the acidic side.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Also, what else falls on there? Carrots. That's the orange carrots.
Okay.
Got it? Also, tomato juice. Yep.
Orange juice
without seeds. With the ones that they're having is ascorbic acid. That's not the good one. That's the bad one. Mm-hmm. So if you're juicing with seeds or organic orange juice, that's good. But the stuff that they're selling in the stores is ascorbic acid, comes from ascorbins, which doesn't even come from, the orange. It comes from corn. So it's crazy. But no cranberry juice. Got it? Get
I'll
on
tell
that.
Her that when she go.
Let me tell you what is used. We use, and traditionally, this is just not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, this food for the soul. We use the golden seal. See, the golden seal root is good, but you got to take it in the protocol, which is the protocol is what? 2 weeks on?
2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, and 1 month off.
There you go.
Go get him.
Go get him. Go get him. That's right. Now, after you waited a month, you can repeat the cycle. Now, also another one that's good for that would be uva ursi. Uva ursi, UVA. Second word, ursi, URSI. That would be another one. Also, horsetail. Horsetail would be another one. Mm-hmm. Good for infections in the system. Got it? So there's a list of other ones. Those are just the ones that I can think of right now off the top of my head. But no cranberry juice. Matter of fact, if you see something, throw it out.
For real. I know that's right.
Well, I'm not going to lie. I was drinking some maybe once a week, just a little dab, so I wouldn't get it. I'm not lying.
Little truth is good for the soul.
Whole thing in my refrigerator that I keep, I'm like, let me drink a sip every week.
But you know what? I can't prove it. I can't prove it, y'all. I really can't prove it. But I'm telling you, you go in the store, they didn't mix cranberry juice with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Cranberry apple, cranberry grape,
that's the truth, man.
kiwi, Cranberry,
bad.
strawberry. I said, you know what? They trying to poison somebody. They trying to keep us acidic.
I keep it here.
Cranberry. Now wait a minute. Pull that back out of the refrigerator. Hold on. Now look behind there. Look behind and see how many. Look at the ingredients on there, right? How much juice does it say?
Oh, I got
27%
27% juice.
27% juice. It ain't even 100%.
It's not even cranberry.
Right here, and it's really big. 27%.
It's only 27%. So where's the other what?
It's in your head, Dr. B.
It's like 60-something% of that is
And she
sugar
put it back
water.
in the refrigerator. She should have threw it out.
Yeah.
Take it and drop it
Go
right
ahead,
in there.
Nathan. Tell us.
Carmela, put it right in the T-rash. Take it right out of your refrigerator and put
Now,
it in the
Carmela,
T-rash.
who else gonna drink it after you found out it's 27% juice in there? She
We
said,
are going to tell on you. We are going to tell on you. Everybody in the house, Carmela's poisoning. Carmela's poisoning. Look out for the cranberry juice.
I'm gonna check her recycle bin on Saturday.
Yeah, she gonna check her recycle.
Sure, you can check the bin. She might make you check the bin, see if I put it in there.
So
Oh,
did
help
you
us,
see
Lord.
that, family? Did y'all all see that, right? When you buying juice, you gotta look behind where the ingredients are and look for the percentage.
Yes,
It should
yes,
say
yes.
100%. Now they'll try to trick you and say 100% vitamin C.
Yeah.
And you think that's 100% juice. No, they
Nope.
said 100% vitamin C.
Right.
That's no cocktails and no what they got. It'll say cocktail on there where
Yeah.
they'll do blends or
Yes.
mixes, things like
Yeah.
that. None of that stuff.
You got to be
Got
real
it?
careful what you consume
Gotta be
these
very
days,
careful.
family.
They're very tricky with their words.
No doubt.
Very,
No
very
doubt.
tricky. Especially for the children. You got to watch it because a lot of the children have like the with the little ones, the little ocean spray ones, the little
Yes.
baggies.
Yes, yes.
And if
Remember
you're not
that.
careful, you're giving the children 15. I've seen even low as 10%
Yeah.
10%
juice. You know,
juice.
10% juice. I mean, it's just
Wow.
we're giving them sugar water, and they were wondering why they can't sit still. You know,
Yeah.
they're giving them a little fruity, you know, the little sippy cups and stuff like that. But they're all sugar water. So try to buy the ones that say 100% juice. They do have it.
Yes, they do.
Like Sunny D's and all that stuff. Leave that stuff alone.
Yeah, and especially if it says drink. Yeah.
Yep.
Juice drink.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Drink or cocktail. Those are the
Right.
two things you got to stay away from. Yep.
Mm.
Yep.
I have
Ain't that
one
something?
question, bottom line on the cranberry juice. Juice, not the cocktail, but is cranberry juice bad for you or it just doesn't take care of UTIs?
It doesn't take care of UTIs. It's good for other things. That's why I
Okay.
don't want to be a misconception. It's good for the immune system, just like pomegranate is good for things also. So it's just not good for someone who has an acid problem or acidosis or someone that's
Reflux.
acid reflux or someone who especially is dealing with arthritis. That's not good for you because it's going to spin you into the state of acid. And I'm telling you, when we pull them off of that stuff, they get a whole lot better. And they just didn't know that it was the remember, this is all about the pH, y'all. It's all about the pH. You change the pH, you're going to spin in the wrong direction. And that's when the body's going to tear down. So,
Hey guys, remember this: the warfare is over the mind. It's over the mind. If I can just get a little bit, if I can just get the door cracked, I got you.
And
You know what I'm
you
saying? So
see how they get
that in
tricky
mind.
with the words? They
Oh,
get real
yeah,
tricky
that's
with
the name of the game.
words. They get really tricky with the words. So they'll do that with the water too. I
Yeah.
have
Oh man, please.
they're gonna get me for this. I'm always get in trouble, Doc. Get in trouble. This is something. When there's a water that there's out called Cool Water, KEWL. Y'all seen that one? Cool water. Yeah, KEWL. So this Cool Water, it actually says on there, you know, bottled source water.
Bottled source water. That's crazy. Not bottled at the source, huh?
I said, okay. And then when we tested the water, it came up acid. I said, wait a minute, give me that bottle. So we look at the bottle, and it says right on the back of the water, it says, actually, when you go to the website, it says, you know, filtered water through ozone filtering and municipality.
Oh, nasty.
Oh my God.
That's nasty. That's toilet water. Let me
That
stop.
is. That's
That's toilet water, y'all. I can say that, but that's toilet water,
I looked
y'all.
at it. I said, "Wait a minute.
I just
That's
thought
the wrong thing you want to put on a water site is
Oh,
to say
wow.
that you have municipality filtering." I said, "Oh my gosh." So read. That's my point. You
Ooh.
have to know how to read between the lines. Don't
Yes,
go
yes,
for the
yes.
flashiness of
Ah,
the advertisement. So
yes.
All
you
right.
know, Dasani and all them, they found parasites, live parasites in Dasani, and they caught them tapping the municipal waters of New York City. So what's happening, that means parasites were able to live in this water because it was so acidic.
So sit it.
Now that's the number one water sold in all of your amusement parks, the airports, the movie theaters, everywhere.
yes,
If you
yes.
go to the movie
Put
theater and
that
say,
out.
"I don't want that soda, just give me a water," and you go get that Dasani, you might as well took the soda.
Don't say bottle that the source, leave it there.
I know that's right.
I think Coke puts that out, that Dasani.
Yes, it is.
It
Yes, it
does.
is. It's a Coca-Cola product. They sold
Okay.
more than any water company on the planet. They sold something like 1 point something billion,
Wow.
in sales. And that is because they got all the contracts. They're in. Oh, have everybody ever been to Disney World?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Number one water for Disney World.
That's right. Sure.
If you go, oh yeah, that's right. Neither you down there, I forget.
Yeah. I've been at Disney every year for about 10 years. So
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So
My.
movie theaters, all that, it's crazy. So you got to read the lines, okay? Read the lines. All right.
Dr. Paul, can I mention something I discovered in ShopRite in Jersey?
What's
last
that, Frank?
Okay,
couple
what you
days
got?
ago?
Who is that? Who is
That's
that?
Frank. That's Frank
This
Perry.
is Frank. This is Frank from Jersey. I was in the ShopRite in New Jersey here a couple days ago, looking for organic lemons. They got lemons in 3 different areas of the produce section. The one that says organic, the section for organics, right?
Mm-hmm.
The package, they're in like one of those net bags.
Yes.
Lemons, no numbers on the lemons. And if you read the labeling on the package, it says organic is a trademark.
Have mercy. Have
These
mercy.
are not organic lemons.
It's
No.
the name.
Organic.
So they took the name organic. Oh,
It's
man.
a trademark. Says right on the package. Trademark.
I tell
Talking
you, they're
about trying
coming
to
up with some.
pull up.
There's a lot of trickery, y'all. A lot
That's
of
That's how
trickery.
they get us. That's how
But
they
see,
get us.
this is what they're banking off. They're banking off. You ain't got no time to read. Just grab that thing off there and put it in your basket, girl. Come on, let's go. We ain't
And
got
they know that's
time to
what we
get all
do.
that. And that's exactly what everybody does.
Grab and run.
Because I'm sitting in there reading, and I know people say, "Why does God pick up everything and he read it?" Because you have to. And if you don't do that, you'll see things like that slip right by you. So they trademark the word organic. Wow.
Now
That's a new
just
one.
deep. That's
That's
deep.
a new one. Good catch there, Frank.
Yeah,
Good
Frank,
catch,
that's
man.
deep. You have to
That's
let the family know in New Jersey which one.
Yes.
You got to know which one of the stores.
So wait a minute, Frank. So you didn't, of course you didn't. I'm sure you didn't buy it, right? Did you buy it?
No.
Okay.
No.
I would have bought it because I'm really interested now in seeing what it looks like in the inside, if it had seeds or not.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm noticing that lemons and limes now have little to no seeds. They're fading them out. And remember, when they want to take the seed from something, they're reducing what's called the manganese. Write that down. Manganese. They reduce the manganese, and then the manganese actually, they terminate. That becomes the termination seed. So that means after it no longer reproduces, I can actually patent that, because the patent is that this has never occurred ever in nature before. I never figured that out. Okay, you're saying you created something that never was created before, but yet you're using God's stuff.
I know that's right.
How can you use God's stuff and say, I created this and it belongs to me? It don't belong to you. You got it? So it's trickery. So make sure you read. Okay, family?
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
Dr. Bob, before I go to the next one, remember this, folks. I'm in New Jersey too, Frank. New Jersey used to be the Garden State.
Yeah.
You hear the term? It used to be. The only reason why I'm saying that because I live out here in the sticks where around a lot of these farmers, okay? And I found that we've lost at least 50% of the local farmers. Now, here's the key.
Mm.
The reason why is because of the pollination of the what?
Bees.
There you go.
Bees, yeah.
That's right. You see,
No.
but the not the genetically modified pollen has blown over onto the farms where you had actual natural, good fruit. And guess what? They've sued Dr. Paul. They've sued the natural farmer, the guys out now because of what? Because they're using their product.
Mm-hmm. And also, let's not forget about the monarch butterfly.
Exactly.
Yes, see, the monarch butterfly those are the bees, and the monarch butterflies are the cross pollinators. Those are the ones that make it happen. There was one time when I remember there was one time that they had to fly into California, these bees, to save the almond crop one year in California, because they were using this new thing called neonics. These neonics were a form of pesticide, which is actually a form of that glyphosate type stuff that we talk about, and it actually caused damage to the bees. I mean, literally the bees landed on this crop, or like say if it was a modified plant or something, and it would move all around and it started acting all erratic. Well, you probably said, well, they noticed that it caused brain neurological damage to the bees. Wow. So you're probably saying, well, wait a minute. How do they know that it caused neurological damage to the bees? Well, when it started acting all erratic, it was eating this stuff, and it was messing with its neurons. So when the bee took off, they got out in the field, got to the nectar, and couldn't find their way back home.
Yeah,
it messed up their neurological compass, so they ended up dying out in the field. So with all that happening, they had to fly in all of these bees that were non-GMO bees that were not exposed to the GMO to actually save the almond crop in California.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy stuff there, y'all.
Yes, indeed.
Read.
Yes.
You really got to pay attention, y'all.
And Dr. Paul, what was the role of the monarch butterfly in that process?
Cross-pollination. Yeah.
Okay.
They actually cross it again, just like the bees. They take from nectar to nectar. They cross-pollinate. So they give it the ability for you to now spread the ability for things to grow. And that happens with the monarch butterfly and the bees. So when this neonic started killing them out, no cross-pollination, the farm dies. Cannot flourish without them. So whenever you see the butterflies and the bees, leave them alone. Leave them alone. They're working.
They're doing their job.
Yep, they're doing their job. All right.
Okay.
Remember one last thing. Einstein said, when 5 years after the bees go, we go.
Well.
Oh, y'all remember that? He said 5 years after the bees go, we go.
Wow.
So there's a great documentary called Vanishing of the Bees.
Yes. If
you have not seen that, you can go right to YouTube and download that. It's a documentary talking about the vanishing of the bees and how this is happening all around, but it's exposure to the GMO. That's what it is. Yeah.
My. Okay, right. We've got Claudia up in the corner. Then we'll come back to the chat. Claudia, are you there?
Hey, cousin.
You're muted, Claudia. There you go.
Okay, I'm unmuted now. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, I can see you now. I don't see the top of your head no more. All right.
Good evening, everyone. Dr. Paul, cousin Paul, 1L still, and the family. First of all, cousin Paul, you're not in trouble with me about the kale water. I have not touched it. So I do not have a bottle in my house.
Chuck tell you. I said, oh,
yeah,
cousin.
you know
we
my
know
son.
Now.
My son is distributor for it. But anyway, I haven't been on for a while. So I don't know whether this issue has been brought up, but I'm having problems trying to find the cases of crystal geyser water because Acme is no longer purchasing the water.
Okay.
So do you know where I can get it?
You know, yeah, there's different places. Big Lots. Try Big Lots, number one. And remember, there's more than just crystal geysers. So I want to say that, you know, always look around. There's, I heard that Eternal is being sold at the Dollar Tree store now. Eternal, which is good. There you go. Lydia. I see you, Lydia. See Lydia up there? Hold it back up there, Lydia. One more time. See right there, Eternal. Good water. Icelandic. Anything like Iceland. Anything from Iceland. Of course, Avion. That's the French Alps. Okay, these are pure fine locations. These are pure fines.
Okay. Okay, great.
Also, there's one. If you're hypersensitive about the bottles and things like that, and you're concerned, definitely there's Aquapana. There's Mountain Valley.
Oh yeah.
There's Starkey. Starkey is a geyser. That's a geyser out in California.
Okay.
There's several Hawaiian waters also. So you just kind of got to tie into it, and that's why we were saying that, you know, there's a lot of fines, but if you just leave the water alone in its natural state and get it from a pure source, the earth is the purification. So we want to get the best, because when you drink that water, it has to be the highest energy in order for your body to break down food. So if you had two people who had an apple, if Margaret had an apple and Big B had an apple, and one had the good water and the other one had the bad water, the one with the bad water wouldn't absorb all the nutrients, while the one with the good water actually absorbs all the nutrients. So it helps the body regenerate and also tear down so that you can assimilate that nutrients at the same time. Got it? So the higher the pH, the higher the feeling and understanding of the energy that you're going to get out of it. Hydrogen, greatest source of energy on the planet. Yep.
Thank you.
Is this water good?
Yeah, that's the Hawaiian water I was saying. The volcanic water. Is that the volcanic water? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, that is. I can see it.
Yep, bring it down. What's the name of that again?
What's the name of that, Diane? What's the name of it on the front?
Wakakia?
It's called Wakakia, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yep, good. Yep, that's a good one. So there's a lot of them out there. So I try to get folks not to get hung up on crystal geysers but I mean, it is $1. You can't beat it.
Well,
people like, hey,
I know that's
some
right.
of y'all, boy, woo, y'all just back up the truck. Y'all know what day is coming. Y'all back up the truck. Come on, drop it.
Man.
Y'all just take the skids of it. I'm telling you, it's
in Cherry Hill. They ripping you off. They charge you $5 a bottle.
What? Who said
Big
that? Oscar, what part of Cherry Hill, man?
Big Lots in Cherry Hill. They were charging $5 a bottle for the big bottles last weekend.
Wow.
Right. Well, you can get it at BJ's, and you get $6 for 6.
That's crazy. That's the first time I heard that one.
Wow.
Acme on Old York Road had some yesterday. $1.89.
189
for the gallon. 1.89. See, they went up.
Yeah, they're getting that extra, few cents on there. You know, in this case, they're almost doing a whole nother $1. You know, I haven't seen anywhere that has been above. I think the highest I may have seen is about one. I've seen maybe 180, something like that, and 89, maybe that one. I've never seen anything that high. $5.
They had it on sale.
$4.99.
$4.99.
Wow, they see us coming, guys, on a holiday too. That's why they want you, because you know how that is.
They had it on sale today at Acme for $1.19 at the Acme.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
The gallon, only the gallon. They discontinued the bottles.
Wow.
Okay.
And remember, with Acme, you have to sometimes have their app to get the sell price on the gallon. Like it might be $1.89 on the shelf, but if you have the app, it may be like 119 through the app. So when you put your phone number in at the register or whatever, you'll get the sale price.
Got it.
And
Okay.
I found some at Rite Aid for 99 cents a gallon.
Yes, Rite Aid has it. Yep,
Yeah.
that's right. Now, you know.
It was on sale.
Oh, okay. Good. Excellent. All right. So anything else, Claudia?
No, that's it.
Okay. Thanks,
All right.
cuz. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Tell Bobby I'll
Thank
give him a call. I still got to follow up with him. We're
Oh
gonna
my
get some. We
God.
got something better in plan, though. We got
Wow.
something better. We got
Oh.
something better planned.
Okay.
I'll let you know. All right.
Okay. All right.
All right, Diane, right next to
Diane.
Claudia. Diane, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. What do you take for high cholesterol?
What do you take for high cholesterol? I would say first, make sure, watch your oils. When I think of cholesterol, you got to watch your oils, right? Okay, make sure there's no oil. When you start to do things, you can do a lot of herbal. Mostly all herbals will actually lower cholesterol. Calendula comes to mind. Calendula. Calendula. Calendula.
Okay. Is that a capsule form?
You can find the capsule. Good for cholesterol. But also remember there's other things that you can do that have good roughage, like the fennel seeds, flax seeds.
And flax, okay.
Yep. Any of the chia. Chia is good. Okay, so all of these are good for red yeast rice, of course.
What about sunflower seeds?
Sunflower seeds, hemp seeds. All those are good. They're good for cholesterol because they're bringing down, they're good roughage for the system. Excellent for adding to your smoothie if you're doing a smoothie or your green drink.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. And one other question. What do you think about DNA testings?
I actually say do it because let me tell you why. I believe that people will say, you got a lot of conspiracy theories out there. Oh, don't let them know what you're doing. They won't know about you. They get all kind of crazy.
They know everything anyway.
But if you were born after 1947, got it? You are automatically, they already got your note. They got your information.
Yes.
Got it? After 1947, it was an automatic process where they accumulated every time you're born, they take a blood sample from you. So they already got your information. So after 47, that was when a lot of the things for the United Nations were established in 47. That was also a very pivotal structural year for the world and a lot of things. So that's one thing that took place. So I say get it done. Matter of fact, it's interesting that you say that, Diane, because I just got my numbers back from one that I go to called Family Tree. Yeah, here we go. Family Tree DNA.
Yeah.
How about that? FamilyTreeDNA.com. I think it is. Hold up. Let me see. Family Tree DNA. Let me see. Yep, .com. It's one of the most intricate of the sites because that is one of the sites that gives you a lot more detail. And you can take also, if you have already done something like an Ancestry.com, you can put that and add the data to this. It's the most intricate of sites. So I had, for years, I did the paternal side, which is my father's side. And I never did my maternal side, my mother's side. So I went back and my father's side. Let me tell you about my father's side, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe you all should get it done. My father's side showed that I was actually part of the 4 steps away from Adam. Said,
Oh,
boy,
you
you got
good.
some old DNA, boy.
Yeah, you got
So check this out. He said, you old.
Well.
So when I saw this, it showed that I was from the Yoruba tribe, the also the Fulani, the Iwu, the Goon family. These were all of the Western African tribes that we were part of Nigeria, all of those things. And they were all like naturopaths and all that stuff. All the things that I'm doing right now is exactly where I'm from, the very tribes. So it goes in and tells you exactly what tribe you're from. And they can do that with the DNA. So I said to myself, that's very important information, because the people that I sit with, when we look at where you're from, you have this thing called homesickness. Y'all heard somebody say you homesick, right? Anybody say you homesick? Well, what is homesick? Homesick really doesn't mean you just yearn to be from where you come from. It means you're sick because you're not eating from where you come from.
Wow.
Got it? You're not eating from where you come from. So that means that you may have something based on the tribe you come from, that there's a dietary level of something that you're missing. And you'll notice that when we started doing this with folks, and then we saw where they came from, they got their DNA done, came back and gave them the dietary laws from where it said they were from, they got well.
Well, look out, yeah. Look out
Got
now.
it? So that's why I say, don't worry about the conspiracy theories about that. It's no good to them, but it's good for you to know who you are. You got it? So now you can know how to say, like, let me give you an example. I'll use myself always as an example. I was sitting there and I'm like, you know what? What is up with me with this samba music? Every time I hear this samba music, it just do something, and I start moving like this. Even when Lil Paul was little, he started dancing.
Me too.
I had this little thing, boy. I was a little boy that jumped out in the middle of the street and just kept on dancing. They said, something wrong with that little boy. That was me, right? So I just had a rhythm and feel, and I said, what is it about this music? But when I did my DNA and the research, it showed that the largest tribes from where I come from went to Brazil. Yep. So it's got the little Brazilian thing, the golden thing going on. So that's why you need to know the information. I also like hot food. I'm like, why I like hot food. I love hot food.
Bless you, little Paul. Brother can't take it.
So those are things that you got to keep in mind, right? And then I just got my maternal back like 3 days ago, about 3 or 4 days ago. And this was even more amazing. I saw in there, they said that the maternal was 50 back to Eve. It actually showed that my DNA comes out of right in where Ethiopia, Kenya is, the origins of the planet, 55,000 years ago. That's what it says.
Wow. Great.
Wow.
I was like, wow.
I'm gonna do that test.
Yeah.
Family
So
DNA.
we used to do this part of our men's group, and we called it putting you back on the block. And you know how, the whole concept, we did it as a tradition of the men's gathering group that we used to do in Germantown. And we would order our kits, and with that, we would uncover who we were, and each man that found out who he was, he would get up on stage on our block, and he would give his results. He didn't even give it. He wouldn't even open it. We would open it in front of all the men.
It's great.
So
Good
it's
support.
almost a way
Good
of
support.
him understanding,
Right.
because that's where, of course, the auction block was where we were sold. So I said, there's no better way than to actually have a block now that you can now find and recuperate who you are.
That's cool.
So I thought
That's
was cool. So I
Yeah.
tell you, we had tears in our eyes on some of those cases where guys were finding out where they were coming from. They said, I always knew I had that feeling. Somebody said I looked like that tribe. So it was some incredible stories. So I would say you need that information. You need that information. Find out who you are. And it takes about, I guess, mine took about 4 weeks, something around 3 or 4 weeks. Okay, so what you would do is you get the swab, and it would be in the swab inside of the jar, and then basically you just send it in. That's it. And then it would be, and if you have Ancestry.com, it will automatically, you can take that data and input it into this this server.
Do they give you a number for that kit?
They'll give you a portal.
Okay.
It's FamilyTreeDNA.com.
I actually put it in the chat, Dr. Ball. So folk, make sure you get a copy of this nice chat. You want to get it, and that way it'll be hot link to in the PDF. Okay.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
So Dr. Paul, what about 23andMe?
23andMe?
Well, I mean, they all have some. Yep, they all about the same. This Family Tree DNA, you can take you can do 23andMe, and you can put that one in there also. Family Tree DNA takes all of the data from all of them. It's one of the only. It's one of the only universal DNA websites that can take all information from all sources.
That's great.
And they say it's the largest of the databases.
All right, that's cool. That's
in the world.
Thank you.
All right.
But find out who you are, family, because you might find out that there's something in your lineage that there's a nutritional deficiency of that tribe. Now, one thing I also did, and I'll share this with the family also. Where was it? There's another place. After I did that, I went to. There's a website called. .org. Let me see if I can find it. There's a website called slavevoyages.org. Write that down. slavevoyages.org. Got it? Now, the slavevoyages.org is the origins of the largest database of over 35,000 voyages of the largest transference of people from one migration of the world to another. And it has all of the ship manifests for every one of the single voyages, 35,000 voyages.
Wow, that's deep.
So on here, what's really cool about this, because they took it and they went back to all that data, and for example, the schools that are actually a part of this data would be Rice, Emory University, Hutchins Center for African and African American Research, of course, the National Museum on African American History and Culture, which is in the Smithsonian down in D.C. There's the Omohundro Institute, Berkeley, which else is that? University of California, UC Irvine's, UC Santa Cruz, and the University of West Indies. So all of these universities took all of their data and put it on this website. Everyone that is interested in what took place during those slave voyages, you need to share this with your family. This is something that give you the people, the places, the documents, the vessels. It's a slave manifest. And if you know what a slave manifest is, it's like, where did they capture the slaves from? What boat they put them on? Who was on the boat? Who was cutting up on the boat?
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
Who got away on the boat? It gives you every single detail. And when I'm saying this, go to this website. It's going to blow your mind. You got me? It's going to blow your mind. Some of the data that's on here. And that's what I did. So when I got my data from the, this is just my research. I'm just sharing my research here, y'all, of how I did it. You got it? So I did my research, and I found out who I was from the family tree DNA and the actual names. I went to this website, and as I went to this website, which I can share. Matter of fact, I can share this, Big B. Let me share this real quick.
All right.
I'm going to share this website. Can y'all see it all right? I'm going to share
not
this
yet,
website.
no.
Y'all want me to share this?
Yes.
Yeah, please do.
Yes.
All right, let me see if I can share this right here. Let me know when you see it, okay?
Yeah. See it.
See
I
it?
would see something. Yes.
Yeah.
See, this is Slave Voyages Exploring the Origin, Force, Relocation of Enslaved Africans Across the Atlantic World. So, along with this, it goes into details. It goes into time-lapse 3D rendering of slave vessels. This thing is phenomenal, y'all. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the best things you can do. You can get on here and never get off of here. I mean, it's amazing. So, with this, goes into, of course, transatlantic slave trade database, intra-slave trade database, people of African slave trade database. So this is where I went and I saw what tribe I was from. And from that tribe, it told me what ship they got on. And from the one ship they got on, where they landed. Got it? So this is an incredible way for you to trace from where you come. You know, so far. So I would say, please, family, take a look at this. Share this with your family. You know, it's an incredible database. Let me see what this does. You know, so it's got all this great stuff, man. It's got all this great stuff. And some of the stuff that you see, it goes into videos, introductory maps, timelines. I can't speak enough of it. So I would say, please do that. Because you know what that does? It also gives you an understanding of what you're eating, you know, the foods you're eating, and why you have the craving for certain types of food. You know, so
yeah,
keep that in
Dr.
mind.
Paul, one of the other sites, they tell you that they can tell you that you have a certain type of allergies or acceptance to certain type of medications from your genes.
Yeah, well, you got to look at, I would think what we're looking for right now is not medication, but mostly food choices. And the types of food choices. Medication is something that's very skewed because remember, that's synthetic.
Yes.
And a lot of things
It's
that are
gonna
in
change
the
all the time.
medications. Yeah. So that's going to have an effect on everybody. You know, they actually said, you know, last year, it was a year before COVID, they did a study and it said over 300,000 people died of having taken medication they didn't even need. 700,000 people died of a procedure. That means things like left instruments inside of them, things like that, all kind of crazy stuff. That's 1 million people. You know, so this is what I'm saying here, though, is a little different. This is talking about dealing with natural food that you are deficient in, because most people don't know why they're deficient with certain things, and I tell them it's because you're not eating from where you come from, especially if you're directly first generation. You know, usually has the first problem. That's the one. The first generation, or the ones that came here that were born down closer to the equator, they have a problem. They have an issue with light issues. You know, depression, anxiety, all that stuff, because they're not getting enough sun. That's basically what it is.
Yes. Just extremely important.
All right, so let's go, Big B. That's
Okay,
a long
let's
way.
go
We
to
went a long
Sharice
way
up in
with
the
that
corner.
one. Sharice, thank you, Diane.
Now, Sharice, I hope you're not driving now, because I saw you driving a while ago, girl.
I'm not driving.
All right.
Oh, wait, I gotta tell you this. So I took my herb the other day, and I really didn't eat nothing, and I really didn't drink nothing. I thought I was gonna die.
You gotta drink the water.
Well, okay.
See, Frank told you right there. Frank just said it. You gotta drink your water.
I had to call the ambulance. I'm like, Lord Jesus, please don't take right.
Oh no! What happened?
We're gonna laugh with you, Sharice.
I did drink some water. I just didn't have enough of it. I had some fruit for breakfast, and I thought I can run out, make some little errands, and come back. No.
You know what? Get you the steel. That's why I carry one, and this is the one I carry right here. Let me show y'all. Remember I told y'all about this one. I carry this one right here.
That big one.
The big one.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you one of
That's
them.
called the Zeus. Hold up, let me bring it back here. Can y'all see that?
Yep.
Wow.
That's the Zeus. It's called the Zeus. It's a Tal, Tal.
Right.
Get the towel right there with the water drop right there. TAL. And these are the best things because they're steel lined, and whatever temperature you put in it, it stays like that. So I could keep this in my car.
Where you buy it from?
At Walmart.
Really? I've never
Walmart.
seen it.
Yep.
I've never seen that.
I
You
got
never
one
seen
from Walmart.
this?
Yeah. I haven't.
Yep. Go right into that section, right where the water bottles are. It's usually right
Somebody's
behind
breaking
like
up.
right behind the cooking appliances and things. You'll see this here.
What is
And
it
this
called? The
thing
towel?
is called the towel. TAL.
Okay.
How many ounces?
This one right here is about 96.
Okay.
It's about 96 ounces. Yep.
They have smaller ones too.
Yep, they got smaller ones. I have another one. I have about 3 or 4 of them around here somewhere. And I kind of just keep them because you don't want to get caught up like that. Have one in the car, and that can stay in your car. No plastics though, right? Don't keep the plastics in the car. But if you have that's steel lining right there. Got it? So whatever temperature I put in there, it stayed in there. And I've gone back a couple days and it was still the same temperature, everything. I was like, wow, this thing is really good. And it's nice and durable. See right here, it's got the handles that flip down.
Okay. I'm gonna sure look.
Real cool.
I can stay in Walmart. This is fine.
But I do have a question.
Okay.
I have a grandmother. She's like 86 years old, and she's suffering from like Alzheimer's and dementia. It's light. It's not nothing like really major yet. She do have diabetes. Can you recommend any type of herbs that she can take?
Well, yeah, we talked about it a little bit earlier. One that we use, we say not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease, just food for the soul. And that would be the coconut oil MCT.
Okay.
Coconut oil with MCT.
Okay.
That was it. All right. Okay, Indy, what do you want? All right.
Look, you better send Indy away, Dr. Paul. We had experience with Indy last Sunday, so.
Yeah, my dog Indy. When
Shut
he comes
off.
from a walk, he has to come straight downstairs. Indy, sit.
Yes. Sit, Indy.
Nonsense now, Indy.
Be a nice boy. Hey, y'all, see, I'm saying that if you were around on Sunday, Indy shut Dr. Paul off on Sunday.
Yes, he did. He shut me.
Yeah, he did. You shut him off, guys.
Got under my table and knocked off the electric. He likes to sit under. Because you know what I do? Let me tell you, dogs can feel, and when I'm down here, I'm working on the computer and stuff like that. And I turn on the music. I start to get the music rolling, and he just sits right underneath me, right under there, and he just goes to sleep. And he starts snoring. I mean, this dog can snore. I ain't never heard no dog snore louder than a person. This dog right here can snore louder than a person.
Oh, boy.
That means he's comfortable.
That's
Yes,
right.
he
That's
is
exactly
real
right.
comfortable.
Very comfortable.
Yes, he is. Okay, let's go. Who else we have there, Big B? Anybody on the chat? Let's see on the chat.
There's one here, Deke. Well, here's one of my simple. What is that? What is that, Deke? What are you putting in? What is all this? Dr. Paul, hold on one second. Deke has a whole lot of stuff. Look, you know what? I'm going to find something else, and we'll come back to Deke in a minute.
Come back to them. Okay.
What kind of person do if an abscess, a boil from an ingrown hair in their armpit gets irritated or infected? The doctor prescribes antibiotics. What can they do after taking antibiotics to make sure their gut stays healthy?
Yeah, see, remember, anytime the boils, bumps, blisters, boils, psoriasis, eczema, anything outbreaking, what's that? Poison coming out of the skin. So they would use some things to draw. They need draws to pull it out, but their lymphatic system's backing up. That's why it's coming out. The boil is starting to, it's to the point where it's so toxic, it has to create a boil to actually isolate it and pull it out of you. So if they bust that, it's going to smell awful. It's going to smell awful.
Yeah, it's real
that's
nasty.
the poison coming out. So just what you would use things like the Dr. Christopher's black ointment. That would be good. You can use also golden seal with black walnut. Those are also good. Those are draws. There is aloe vera gel, tea tree oil with lavender. Those are some of the things that you can use. There's a lot of different things that draw. but those are the sort of the ballpark right there where you would get, right there. But they need to get a serious detox. They got to get the lymphatic system moving also. You remember I was mentioning last week that people are walking around like cesspools, really. You're not assimilating the food because it's not food anymore. And then you can't now get that sludge out of you because now the lymphatic system's not moving. So now you got stuff that's trapped in your system, and it's getting into your organs, it's getting into your every part of your body. And now when that happens, that's the perfect environment for things like cancer to grow. Got it?
Wow.
So that's why we're
Be
walking.
very careful.
Literally, we're walking cesspools right now.
Wow.
And that means you got to get it moving. That lymphatic system only moves when you move. So you got to start doing some exercises. Get that sweat going on. When people have deodorant and they say, well, I can't use that deodorant. That won't hold me. Because you smell that coming out of you, that's your lymphatic system.
That's you, y'all. Can I say that? That's just you.
Yeah, that's you. You need a detox. That's what's up. That ain't doing nothing for me. Yeah, you're right.
Wow. I know that's right. Help us, Lord. Yeah.
Little baking soda in the arm ain't gonna work with that one.
Well. Oh my.
Yeah.
All right, Dr. B, before we go to Carol, what would you recommend for discoloration of toenails? This is coming from Leroyce.
Yeah.
I scheduled an office visit, but with a podiatrist for next week. However, I would like to know if there is something natural I can use. I'm going to keep my appointment for next week.
Well, it depends on what the discoloration they're talking about. Is it black? If the nails are black, that's the liver. We talked about that before. The liver.
Last week we actually talked about that.
The liver. Yeah, it's the liver. So what you have to do, you have to really make sure that you're cleansing. Again, we're back to cleansing again. It's going to be cleansing every time, y'all. It's not. You can't make this up. It's all about pollutants that cannot get out.
Yes.
It's always been about pollutants. Even in the Bible speaks about purging the body with hyssop.
Hyssop, yes.
Cleansing the body, keeping before you even can get revelation from God. The angels, there was a book called the Apocrypha, which actually is the hidden books, Greek interpretation of the Hebrew books. And there was a book in there that was, I remember reading called, I think it was the Book of the Maccabees or I think it was the Maccabees, I believe. And it was a book that said that there was a prophet that was getting revelation, and the prophet needed to get revelation. So the angel came to him and said, I can't give you revelation. And he says, well, why? He said, because you're too dirty. You're going to have to take this herb and go for 7 to 14 days, what about 14 days, and then come back, which no man has built on, and I'll give you revelation. But I can't even give you God's interpretation for you because you're too polluted. Wow. So it's been always known that you have to cleanse. You remember the Daniel fast? Y'all remember the Daniel fast, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's what the Daniel fast is all about. Daniel fast is about, doing a cleanse. You remember Daniel? Actually, the king said, we're going to have a contest. You remember? And when the contest, and he said, well, we're going to have a contest between your men and our men, Daniel's men. He says, well, we're going to eat from the king's table. And Daniel says, no, we're going to eat, just give us fruits and vegetables. And then at the end, we'll see whose men are strongest. So when they went through this whole thing, Daniel's men was like 10 times stronger because they didn't eat the meat. You got it?
I know that's right.
It comes from the fruit, the vegetables, the nuts, the berries, the seeds. Some people may even want to look into what's called an Essene diet. Anyone know what the Essenes are? You ever heard of the Essenes or the Essens?
Yes.
They'll call it.
There used to be a store down on 4th Street. I don't know if it's still there.
Yep, it's still down there on Bainbridge. Yep.
Yeah.
So their basic principles is based off of that. The Essenes. Yeah. So they're eating nuts, berries, seeds, all of those, and a little fish. So they are pescatarian. They are pescatarian also. So keep that in mind. All right, family. All right. What we
You
got
know,
there?
Dr. Hall, here's another play on words. Listen to this. Fruits, nuts, and grains. Hear me now. They shall be for you meat.
There you go. There you go.
That's scripture, brother. That's in Genesis.
Right. And then,
Okay.
and then now grain became bad only because they started manipulating.
Exactly.
You know, they started, modifying it, genetically modifying it, cross-contaminating it.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and, the average corn seed, when someone says, I have been doing GMOs on my farm, but yet they're finding GMO crop. So
Yes.
how does that happen? That's
Yes.
because anyone know how far a corn seed blows? Anybody know how far a corn seed
For
blows?
way along.
It can blow up to 500 miles.
Yes, Lord.
I don't know.
Yes, a long
500
way.
miles. Yeah. So what does that mean? Yes, we have cross-contamination issues, and it's reckless and it's irresponsible because when you change in something and you modified and altered it, you destroyed it forever. You changed it, the dynamics and the DNA of this thing forever. Same thing they're doing with the salmon right now. That poor salmon.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, salmon is messed up. They're messing up the whole line of salmon. And they're opening up a big one manufacturing. The company, by the way, name is Aqua Bounty. Write that down. Aqua Bounty. Aqua Bounty. Anything that says Aqua Bounty, run. Run. Got it. All righty. What else we got there, buddy?
Okay, hold on a second. We're talking about okay, we were just talking about the toenail, right? There was another one here. Hold on one second, Dr. Paul.
Yeah, and remember the toenails also for fungus.
Yeah.
If you have foot fungus, yeah, some of the things that you can do for foot fungus would be cinnamon oil. Cinnamon oil. Or cinnamon. The ancient Israelites used to put cinnamon in their shoes, and it kills foot fungus in your shoes.
Yes.
Yeah. Got some cinnamon feet there, Big B.
Well. Okay.
Can you put your foot bath cinnamon?
What was
So
that?
can you put cinnamon in your foot bath?
That wouldn't be a bad idea. It's good for foot fungus. Yep. Or the cinnamon oil. Also, oregano is good for fungus also. Oregano oil.
Hey, Pat wants to know, say, my left eye pressure is 18 and the right eye is 33. What can I do to bring down the pressure? I wash my eyes with crystal geyser twice daily.
Yeah. It's my question is, does she have high blood pressure?
Pat, do you have high blood pressure?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's what has to come down first. Your pressure
But
in
it's
your body.
down. It's down.
Well, it's being controlled, but still there's issues there. If you're taking blood pressure medicine?
No. I started taking your turmeric tea. I don't have to take no blood pressure medicine no more.
Okay.
But it did not help my eye. The eye went up. The pressure in the eye went up.
Yeah, so that means you have to unblock the eyes. You're washing it, that's one stage. Then we have Dr. Christopher's Eye Bright formula. That's something else that's good for the eyes. I gave out an eye formula about 2 weeks in a row. If you have that, Big B, do you have that from last week, maybe?
If it's in the chat, then just have them request it. From the.
Yeah, see, Pat, this is long term that's happening there. That's post effects of what's happening. If you have blood pressure for a long time, the pressure in the eye, remember, stay off also the concentration. Concentrated foods, right? So that means refined sugar, refined salt, refined oil, wash the sugar. It's usually the sugar first of anything. That's what pulls the moisture out of the arteries and veins. Got it? So that means they dry up and then they get blocked and now they back up and then that's going to cause cataracts and eventually it's going to cause pressure to build up, glaucoma. You ever had cataracts?
They say I do.
Yep. That's the mucus. See, that's showing you right there is backing up. So that's the mucus in the eye. So you can't. It's usually one happens and causes the next one. So the mucus buildup eventually causes pressure because now it can't get out. It's like a sealed area where pressure is starting, can't get out, and that's all building because of the eyes are no longer detoxing. Also, you start to see when you no longer have tears or you no longer have the excess that comes out first thing in the morning. You know how they got the crust in the eyes in the morning?
Yeah, they're still crusty.
Yeah, so you want that to keep coming out of there. So you have to stimulate that so that it keeps doing that. So it's probably, if you've been washing it with the crystal geyser, it's helping, I'm sure. But remember, you still have to take some nutrition for that. We have traditionally it was taken, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul, lutein. Okay, and there's also one called zeaxanthin. Okay, zeaxanthin. And if you need me to spell that, I'll spell it for you.
Now I have it already in Eyebright.
Right. So, and then the next thing you got to do, you have to check your pH regularly. You got to make sure you're above 6.5 on the pH. You know how to check your pH?
Yes.
Okay. So where are your numbers?
6.8.
Okay. So how are you taking your pressure? How are you taking it?
I do it first thing in the morning. I take
right, but I'm just saying you know how to take the numbers, right? You know how to do the math, right?
Yes, the saliva twice, double it, and add it to the urine.
Yeah.
And then divide by 3.
Right. So when you do that, have you been tracking it? How long you been tracking it?
Since probably February.
Okay. You should be seeing some better numbers than that. You shouldn't be having pressure in the eye if you're having your 6.8. So something you got to watch and make sure something's not knocking your numbers down. Are you scheduled to come in?
Not yet.
Okay.
I was trying to debate if I should come to you first or go to Dr. Lenny first.
Well, right now, you do have to see if there's a structural issue because that could be causing a lot of problems too. Any cervical issues with your neck?
I don't feel like I have one, no.
Yeah, you can't tell by that. You can't go by
look,
that.
I know that's right because I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, you can't tell by that.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Something else is going on there because if you got a pH that high, you should not be having that pressure build up. Then that's a post effect, but there's still tightness in the eye, and your pressure. You got to make sure your pressure is spot on with your pH and everything. So I would say we have to come in and get an assessment, okay? And we can take a look at that.
Okay, good thing you were talking about cataract because that was my next question. Is there anything natural for cataract, Dr. Paul?
Yeah,
that's what we were talking about. Before we go to Carol, what you're talking about right now.
It's all about detox, right? See, it's a post effect to what's happening. See, it's you're unraveling things that have been going on for years, and it's not going to happen overnight. They don't happen overnight like that. You can't just, say 15, 20 years of eating certain foods and not knowing, just eating the wrong foods, and then you're going to turn it around in a couple of months or so. Right. It's not going to happen. So that's why we have to crawl, walk, run back to health. So it takes time, but you got to have certain things in balance, and those are the things that we were just talking about. They have to be in balance. They got to be in balance. The pH, number one. You got to, you got to pull that mucus out of that eye. That mucus has got to come out of that eye.
Okay. Now, before we go to Carol, Stacy and Bree want to know, we got the 40-day detox bundle. How do I use it? All at once or consecutively? They're screaming over that. Help us, brother. Help us out.
It's on the bottle.
It's on the bottle. Stacy and Bree read the bottles, guys.
After what? After a meal. 1 capsule after a meal. Follow right from the bottle. Start with the colon cleanse first.
I think that's what they're trying to find out. Which one do I start with? The colon cleanse, parasite,
cleanse, and sweep. Yeah,
and sweep.
Colon first, and then you've completed till the entire bottle is gone. Then you go to the parasite formula, and you do the very same thing. So it's usually one. The whole key is to get, we call it desired result, and that just means that when you eat soon after you eliminate, that's the key. So when you eat, if you eat 3 times a day, you should be eliminating 3 times a day. A lot of people are not doing that. So that's why you need a little help with that. With a 1 capsule helps you to move that. And soon after you'll see that start to balance out. Okay.
Okay. All right, Carol, up in the corner up there. Carol, you there? I see you. There we go.
Carol G, what's going on?
Hey, everybody. Hey, Big B.
All right.
Hi, Dr. Paul.
What's going on?
Nothing but the Bills. But you know
Well.
I'm your number one fan, Dr. Paul.
I hear you. You're number one fan. I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear
Listen,
you.
Dr. Paul, a friend of mine is telling me about have you ever heard of Atumbi?
Atumbi?
Atumbi Complete Systemic Cleanse?
Atumbi. How you spell that?
Atumbi.
No, that just sounds like a brand. Is that somebody's brand?
I don't know. It just says it will remove parasites, mucus, harmful bacteria, impact waste, fungus, and dead cellular tissue from the body. It will boost your immune system, thoroughly detox your colon, kidney, liver, lungs, pancreas, blood, body fluid, and the whole body system. And it will also help you lose substantial weight in one day.
In one day?
Oh boy.
My Lord.
That's a dead giveaway.
Lord.
No good.
A friend of mine.
Didn't I just say you got years and years of stuff,
Years.
and you don't want to be, you don't want to make those kind of claims. And though it may be a good product, but that's a little bodacious with the advertisement.
Yes, man.
You cannot say that for everyone. And it sounds like it's probably a good product, but let me tell you, you don't want to make those kind of claims because people have blockage in their colon that has been there for years. You know, we're talking about people, when they pass away, they're pulling 20, 50 pounds of waste out of their colon, you know, and so you have to do that slowly. You have to pull that out slowly, and that has to be a process. Even if you're doing a colonic, you have to do it in sessions. That's why you can't do it all in one day. You can't. Did they say how many hours? Did they say 72 hours?
Well, it's 72 hours, but it's one pill costs $15.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website right now.
Yeah, they got you.
Yeah, that's what they want.
Sound like a ripoff to me.
And the more
Sounds too
weight
good to be
that
true.
if you want to lose 30 pounds, I think you have to take up to 3 pills. And then after that, 10 days,
I don't want that one.
eat raw.
No way. No way.
Yeah,
So
Dr. Paul, it says one, Dr.
I don't
Paul.
want nothing moving that fast.
It says one bottle of Atumbi Cleanse contains one concentrated capsule only. Please read instructions below to see how many capsules is ideal for your weight. Atumbi will remove parasites, mucus, harmful bacteria, impacted waste, fungi, and dead cellular tissue from the body. It will boost your immune system and thoroughly detoxify your colon, kidney, lungs, liver, pancreas, blood, body fluid, and whole body system as well, and help you lose substantial body weight in one day.
Yeah,
I have it, and I'm scared to take it. It's been on my table forever.
You better leave it on your table.
yeah, I think I see it right here. You got to be very careful with this. Let me tell you why. Okay. Number one, it looks like it's a pill form.
Yeah, it is pill. They're pills. There's a whole lot of other different things that go along with it.
That's an ant right there. You know, be careful. You don't want something that's hard caplets. Remember, not everybody can break down hard caplets. Number one. That's number
they
one.
are.
Number two, you got some mixtures here of some stuff that you gotta be. Let's see, Cascara Sagrada being number one. Cascara Sagrada is unforgiving.
I know that's right.
Okay?
Lord. You clean like a white tornado.
Yes.
Did I say that? I'm sorry. Oh Lord, been there, y'all.
Yeah, this will get you clean now.
Yes, it will.
But
Bring your brain out too.
Herbs, but some of these herbs are autonomous. They don't need any special combinations.
Yes,
necessarily.
Lord.
Cascara Sagrada has a male principle, which means it's push, and some people cannot take Cascara Sagrada. There's always a warning when you take Cascara Sagrada that you only put small portions of it in there to sort of drive, the the formula, because Cascara Sagrada is going to be a push. And if somebody's been eating a lot of meat, it's going to push, and that meat is hanging in on that lining of the intestine, and it can cause a lot of pain, a lot of abdominal pain. So be careful with this Cascara Sagrada. I mean, you can use it, but you got to be able to notify people that, there's a little bit of Cascara Sagrada in there.
That's the truth.
And I wouldn't put it first on my ingredients.
I know that's right.
So Senna is a good one. If I were to say if anyone wanted a good cleanse, Senna. Now this one does have Senna, and Senna is excellent because Senna actually has these things called glucosides that basically brings things together. It brings things together like in a ball. Whereas when you have someone who has a lot of digestive issues, they come in pieces. They sort of don't have a proper bowel movement. It's sort of like not put together. It doesn't have the ability to sort of come together. That's what Senna does. So just a simple Senna tea is good for you. Got it? Senna. And that's SENNA. I would start with that first. That's why when I did my colon cleanse, I tried to keep it in the balance. And you don't want to make these kind of claims, though. No, don't do that. No, don't do that. No, that's too much. That's too much too fast. That's again feeding someone that doesn't have the ability or time to be patient to do it the right way. You got it? So you want to always take your time because you're detoxing and you're pulling the stuff out of your body. So it takes time. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thanks, Dr. Paul.
And you got this. So it's one pill in the bottle?
Ooh, Lord.
One pill in the bottle.
Yep. $15. Oh my God.
My question is, what about the parasite? What about like the sweeping? Like your formula has the cleansing and the sweeping. So after you take that one pill, then what about those parasites?
I know. That's exactly it.
It cleans and sweeps.
It cleans and sweeps, I guess. That one pill. Don't lose that pill. You drop that pill, you in trouble.
Dr. Paul?
Yes.
What do you think about fluorescence?
Yeah, what about it? You mean, is it any good?
Yeah, I ran into a gentleman who had seen Dr. Savvy when he was in Philadelphia years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He had cancer in his body, and that was recommended, and he went on a vegetarian diet, and he cured himself. And he took this fluorescence.
Yeah, so, absolutely. Yes, that's a good one. Yeah, fluorescence is a good brand. Mr. Pollock sells that brand.
He does? Okay.
He sells that brand. And the fluorescence is the same thing. These are companies that have been around a long time. These companies have been around a long time. And they have perfected their cleanses and things to detox the body. If you have anything, what is it doing? It's alkalizing the body. It's so many solutions to a problem. It's not just one product. These are all the herbs that help to do the things that they do. They're either going to speed up, they're going to cool you down, or they're going to balance you out. It's going to pull out parasites. They're antibacterial, viral, fungal, septic, parasitic. They're going to do all of those things. So you just have to find one and stick with it and keep it in your rotation. That's why we say cleanse every change of seasons. Got it? So cleanse every change of seasons. So beginning of every summer, winter, spring, fall. We have the summer is officially started. The meteorologist summer starts today. But really, I believe that summer starts the 21st of this month. So this is the time that you're going back into another cleanse. So you should be getting your colon cleanse together right now. It's a perfect time to start right now. And then also you want to do the parasite. You come in, you clean, and then sweep. Because as you clean, parasites, if they're living, they're going to realize that you're trying to eliminate them, and then they're going to try to spawn more eggs. And that usually is what happens. As they spawn more eggs, some people who cleanse but do not sweep, that's when they start to get the bloating and all the gas and all the other things. Guess what? Those are parasites. So that's why you got to come with a parasite formula. Got it?
All right. All right, Dr. Paul, before we go to Laverne here, I was talking about something that Deke I had put in the chat earlier, but he wanted to remind me that was a recipe, guys, for a vegan banana chocolate ice cream.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I couldn't quite make it out, but it's in the chat. So as we're getting down here toward the end of the program, we want to make sure the folk understand what that is.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So Deke, I appreciate you, man, for clarifying that.
Nice, man. Nice.
Dr. Paul.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is my first time on here, right? This is my first time on here, and I have a real severity case of damn, I'm trying to think of it, but it's in my stomach. It's called obstruction in my stomach, right? I had pancreatic cancer. And I've been through the doctors, took all kinds of tests and everything, and it's like it's nothing that they doing for me. And I'm constantly in pain all day, every day. Like the only thing they want to provide for me is pain medicine. Get me through the day. But my thing is, I'm trying to think, like, is there anything that can be done to cure this obstruction that I have? I have a bowel obstruction in my stomach.
Yeah, that's a structural issue, and they have to be able to. Yeah, they got to figure out where the bowel obstruction is, because if you have a blockage, that needs to be addressed.
Yeah, because it's like I'm in extreme pain all day.
Yeah. Now, are you supposed to go in to get this checked out? Because that's something very serious. You don't want to play with that.
No, I've been to the hospital, right? They just did a biopsy like a week ago, right? Because they didn't know if the cancer came back or not. So, and they reading on the biopsy, they can't determine if it's cancer or not. So now everything is just, they want to treat it like it's cancer, but they can't say that it's cancer.
Wow.
So, and then they're not giving me no solution to this obstruction, my bowel obstruction. So only thing that they want to provide me is just pain medicine.
Yeah. Well, the main thing is right now, there's you definitely got to keep everything alkaline. You know that. I don't know. Well, this is your first time here.
Yeah, it's his first time.
You need an assessment, bro. You need to come on in and get an assessment.
How do I go about getting an assessment?
Okay, what you want to do is call first, and then we'll do a phone consult. Got it? And let me give you the number. You got a pen? Okay.
Look, if you're driving, stop. Don't try and write while you're driving.
Don't ride. Yeah, don't drive. And
I'm parked. I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, good. Make sure
But
you're
I don't have a pen in my car. But what I think I have reached out to you, but the people that somebody I talked to from your office, they were saying nothing wasn't available until September.
Well, that's for a one-on-one consult. That's for coming in. But if you can do a phone consult, call them. Same number. Call the consult. So we're going to do a phone consult because I got a ton of questions to ask you.
Yeah,
and because you got to get put on point to what's causing cancer.
Yeah,
remember,
exactly.
Cancer operates in an all-acid state. Got it?
I had colon cancer and I had pancreatic cancer, right? But they saying I got the lip disease, the Lyme disease, where I guess I can just get it.
Right. But hear me, bro.
Hold on a minute, Walter. Listen to Dr. Paul.
Hear me what I'm saying, though. You got to get put on point to what you're doing. You can't be on a regular diet. There's a whole lot of things you cannot do. So you got to get put on point. So that's what I say. Set up a phone consult. Call that same number for a phone consultation.
Okay, give the number, Dr. Paul.
Okay, it's 1-8.
I don't have it.
Well, you had the number. You already called it.
Yeah,
so just call that same number. Call the same number tomorrow. Ask for Ivy or Mulaney. They're going to answer. And you would need a phone consult because we got to sit down and talk about it. And you got to get put on point to what you're doing. See, if you're blind to just not knowing what's going on, you're going to commit the same problem and you're going to make the situation worse. So you got to make sure that you're alkalizing. Your key is to alkalize. That means your water's got to be right. You got to eat certain food. You got to stay off meats. You got to do a whole lot. Got it?
Right.
So just give him a call and we can set up a phone consult and then we'll take it from there.
All right, I'll call. My name Walter Glasgow.
Yeah, well,
Okay, Walter.
I said we see up there, Walter.
Okay. All right, Walter. I look forward to hearing from you. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys.
All right.
All right. We're at about what is it? We're at
Almost
8:40,
10 of.
We got Laverne up in the corner up there, and then because I'm gonna, and again, guys, before I just sort of let everything go here, remember, in order to get a copy of tonight's chat, send an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. Send it to me at meccavideo@gmail.com. I have that information in the chat. Don't put your emails in there, guys, because I found out last week that it's just hard to find all that stuff. So just make sure you send me an email, okay, to meccavideo@gmail.com. That way I can make sure that we get it out to you, okay? Because Dr. Paul, you'll tell you, I'll get it out. If it's there, I'll get it first thing tomorrow morning, and you'll have it before 10 o'clock in the morning. All right. So
we'll get it out. We'll get it out. Usually it takes a lot to render though. Sometimes it renders right away, and then sometimes it takes like 4 or 5 hours. I don't know. It's a strange thing.
It's just traffic.
Yeah.
And also just know this: the videos themselves. I don't send the videos out personally. We put them on Dr. Paul's on his Facebook, Dr. Paul's Health Network. Right? That right, Dr. Paul?
Yep, that is correct.
The videos are there usually by Thursday afternoon, Thursday evening. All right, so you can actually go back and actually watch the program, and it's always good. Remember this: it's always good to have your chat with you in your hand, and you watch the video, and you get a chance to compare one with the other. All right, because some folk have already put in a lot of good information that we didn't have a chance to talk about, but the information is in the chat. All right, so keep that in mind. All right.
Now I want to also tell everyone, and I didn't mention this a couple of weeks ago, but we're having a walk, and this is for a walk for homelessness. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm actually one of the board of directors for Chosen 300 Ministries. And if you know Chosen 300 Ministries here in Philadelphia, we actually deal with homeless issues that are happening in Philadelphia. So along the Parkway, Brian Jenkins, the founder, he and I have been good friends for years because our church, E9 Tabernacle Baptist Church, used to go out and do in the Parkway food days where we just go out there and, through ministry, also just give away food. So he's actually having, this walk that he put together years ago, and we're going to be bringing it back again. It's going to be it's going to be the annual 5-mile walk against homeless, and it's happening very soon. It's going to be June the 11th. I'm going to basically be a part of this. I would say if you want to help us in this walk, you don't have to always walk. If you want to walk, you can walk, but you can sponsor in helping to help the people of Philadelphia when it comes to homelessness, and also feeding people, putting clothes on their back, but also shoes on their feet. With all of the things that have happened with COVID, we've sort of forgot about the other people that are going on. We got a situation in Ukraine, but we got a Ukraine going on right around here in your neighborhoods.
Amen.
We got one going on under the bridges and the throughways downtown and places like that, where we got a lot of veterans that just forgot about. So if you'd like to support us with this, I'm going to drop into the chat box down here the link. You can support it. If you are going to, any and all donations will count. There's no donation that's too small. If you can help us with this, you will be blessing somebody in your life that really needs the food. Our locations are in West Philadelphia and downtown. I can send also I'm going to give the link for those that want to participate with that. Does that sound like anything anybody want to be a part of, or at least support? If you are, we appreciate you. And, I would say even Big B, I'm going to put this down in here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Send to chat. Okay. I'm going to put this down here for everyone to see. And let me know if y'all see it, okay? Paste that there. Can everybody see that?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Let's see. Bill, can you make sure I'm going to put this in yours, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. There you go. It's there.
Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can you put that? I think I just put that just to you, Big.
Yep,
Big.
I'll do that. I'll send it.
Yeah, send it out on everyone's because I can't see
Okay.
right now. My
Not a
screen
problem.
is actually
Okay, guys. Yeah, I'm going to send it to everyone right now. What Dr. Paul just sent to me.
Yes, and we appreciate you if you can help us with that whole process.
Yes.
You know, let me tell you, it's so much when you realize what people are going through. You know, people are quietly suffering through all of this thing, and then now the gas prices are going up. We're getting a shortage of food. Even when we talk about the stores, we talked about storing up. You got people that can't store up because they don't have store up food for that day, let alone to be doing this, moving forward. So let's keep this on our hearts and minds. And if you can support us, we'll really appreciate you. And that's going to take place on, it's going to be, let me see if I can find it. It's, let me see, Big B.
June 11th.
Yeah, it's June the 11th. I wanted to go and give you the, because it's on my Facebook page. If you have questions, you can go right to my Facebook page and actually see the entire information on it. Or you can go to chosen300.org. It says www.chosen300.org. And I'm gonna drop that in there too, Big B. All
Okay.
right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and let's see if we can do that here. I'm looking for everyone, but I don't see. Oh, there it is. Everyone in the meeting. There it is. I
There
see
you
it
go.
now. Got it.
There you
Okay,
go.
everybody
Yeah,
got it?
that's there. You got it.
Okay, got it. So that's the website. Be a part of helping out those that really need help right now, especially here in Philadelphia. All right.
Okay.
All right, family.
All right, man. We're getting close to that time,
Okay,
but I know
we
you
got a
want to
couple
go.
more.
We got a couple more. We got Laverne, Robin, Zipporah. Let's get those
Okay,
three.
let's get those three, and
Z-
we're gonna
Laverne?
close out.
Yes, you mentioned the pH, and what level should it be under?
It should be between 6.5 and 7.5, and that's taking the urine and the saliva.
0.5, and mix it together and divide by 3.
Right,
No.
you double the saliva,
Double the saliva.
Yeah.
add to the urine, divide by 3.
Okay. Thank you very much.
And you always do it before meal, never after meal.
Oh, before meal.
Always before meal. Yeah.
All right, thank you. And one other question, which could be another topic for another day, but how do you avoid the monkey virus?
Leave monkeys alone, Laverne. I'm just kidding. Stop messing with them monkeys, Laverne.
Leave those monkeys alone.
Well, they say it's spreading, and
Yeah, it is. It's spreading.
I find it good to take a shower or bath before every day.
Yeah. Just, again, we're talking about, here's an interesting point. The more I did the research on this, I read, and this is what I would suggest everyone do. Always read other international sources of information.
Yes.
Never just read United States stuff. Look at the BBC, look at RTN, look at all the different, networks that are around the world, Italian news, go to all the different other worlds and see what they're saying. Now, there was a Nigerian news source that actually published from doctors and other scientists, and they said, you know what? We know what this looked like, because it was supposedly in 1958 started here in a research laboratory, and it was when these monkeys they were researching, and it happened out of a bunch of those that were researched. Interesting. Anyway, that we see maybe 1,000 cases a year, and so we know what that looks like. But when we look at what's just out right now, that ain't what we
That ain't
looking
what
at.
we see.
That's not what we see.
Okay.
That's not the same one. And matter of fact, Nigerian scientists and researchers said that needs to be investigated, but that got pushed under the rug real fast.
Okay.
Yep, they actually came out and said if you look up and search under Google or go to DuckDuckGo,
Yeah.
and do the research, it actually says that Nigerian scientists comments on monkeypox, and they'll tell you this is not the same one, y'all. We used to it. We know what it looked like. And that's not what it is. It looks like a hybridization or a subvariant or something, like somebody did something. In most cases, when these things are put together like that, some of that stuff would take in nature thousands of years before it mutates.
It's so interesting about the Dr. Paul. They always blame Africa. Have you ever noticed that?
Yeah.
It always comes from Africa.
Yes, that's the article I just read.
Yeah.
So just keep it in perspective. I would say read other media sources.
Yes.
Keep yourself informed, y'all.
Yes.
They say trust the science. I say don't trust the science.
I know that's right.
Trust the information.
Yes. Yes.
Got it? People will get the information and create their own science.
I know that's right.
Thank you very much.
Okay, you got it. Very good.
Trust the information.
That's right. All right, Robin, you there?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Paul.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good.
Quick question for you. Someone recommended that I switch up on the brands that I take for multivitamins. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah, I would say multivitamins are a variation. The best ways of getting a multivitamin is your green drinks, land and sea. Remember the multivitamins come from land and sea minerals. Yep. So you just need to get a good land and sea green drink, like the one I have or anyone that's out there, just as long as it's land and sea. That is your multivitamin.
So if I drink the green drink, I don't have to take a multivitamin?
That is correct.
Yes.
That's where the multivitamin comes
that's
from.
Where it comes from. It's real simple, Robin.
They just putting it in a pill form.
Okay.
That's all they're doing. That's all. And then in most cases, those pill forms you can't digest, because if your pH is off, you're not going to digest that. It's going to sit in your gut and it's going to be passed in your stool. And if you look in your stool, you're going to see it. So it's a hard caplet. You cannot break down those hard caplets.
Yep.
Okay.
Is your green drink still on the boat?
No, actually, we shall have it tomorrow.
Last week.
Okay, because I've been trying to get it.
Yep, it should be here tomorrow. We had to. You remember I told y'all that this war situation has really affected all trade.
Everything.
That's going on everywhere. Y'all heard what I don't call them Putin. I call them Punani.
Yes.
I said, he actually said he's going to stop all of the grains and all the different things, and he's stopping production. We stopping a lot of stuff, y'all. And that's going to, they already on the world news said there's an impending economic war, going on right now. There's going to be a shortage of a lot of things. And we're seeing it on our side. Of distributors, that because we can't hardly get products now. It's hard for us to get products and ingredients.
Yep.
So it's happening. It's happening, y'all.
It's going to happen to us before anybody else. We outsource everything.
Yeah. For example, my containers, for my capsules and things, like for my green drink, or this is like the parasite. This is like the colon cleanse right here, right? See the colon cleanse? We can't get this no more. This right here, you're going to start seeing us phase this out, because it's going to be to the point where the green drink itself, the companies that actually make the lids and the jars, they just went out of business.
Yep.
Worldwide.
Because it's all oil based.
So eventually you're going to see us move into these stand-up bags. They're going to be the same product. It's going to be the same design. But these are the things that we're having to shift because of the fact that it's inventory issues. Everybody's having them. And if you don't believe it, just go right to your local stores. You're going to see the shelves getting a little bare around there.
Yes.
And
early too.
And it's concerning to me that we're picking with this situation, and you remember he actually put There was a threat put out the other day. It said that if you keep helping them, then we could send something over to you and knock you out on that whole East Coast in an hour. That's what they said. Did y'all hear that? That was actually real. So they put that thing out there. So this is some really, sometimes we need a lot of prayer, y'all. We need a lot of prayer.
I know, that's right.
What's going on is not good, and so just keep in mind, we've already talked about the things we talk about here. We talked about emergency preparedness. We talked about the websites. We talked about the walkies. We talked about the solar generators. Just be prepared. That's it. That's all you can do. All right. Who got a solar generator? Anybody pick out one?
Diane's got one. Go ahead, Diane. So be playing with her. She's
Diane said, "Don't be playing with me." You ain't playing around.
All right.
Dr. Paul, one other quick question. What's good for sinuses?
What was that?
What's good for sinus?
Sinuses?
Yes.
Yeah. Sinuses. First off, that I would do is for sinuses. It depends on what your symptoms are. Are you having stuffiness? Are you having mucus? Are you having, give me an idea. Headaches? What's going on?
I'm sorry. I was asking for somebody. I'm not sure what the.
Yeah, you got to figure out what their symptoms are.
Okay.
See, a lot of it is, I'm going to tell you, sinuses can be infections in that area. There's a symptom, there's a disease that's called catarrh, which is an infection in the mucous membranes. And so things like tonics, like the black seed bitter tonics, works really well with that. Black seed bitters tonic, also oregano oil, things like sinus issues can also be you can do a neti pot. You know what a neti pot is?
No, what is that?
Oh.
Oh boy.
You gotta cleanse out your nostrils, Yep. So that's just look it up. There's a process that you can do. Go to YouTube and you can see how they do the process. Okay.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay,
sure.
Zipporah. Not yet. Not yet. You're still muted, Zipporah.
Zipporah? Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, got you now.
Yeah.
All right. Hi. Yeah. What is the Xanathin? Could you spell that?
Zeaxanthin.
Right.
Zeaxanthin. Let me stop.
That helps me a whole lot.
Zeaxanthin.
Thin. All right.
Right, and that's also lutein. You do that in combination with lutein, and those are things that are found in like kale, spinach, but they've isolated, so they made more of it. It's more in abundance if you buy the capsules. It's good for eyes. That'll give you sharpness in the eyes.
Right.
Also, bilberry, bayberry, huckleberry, elderberry, Gotu Kola, Eye Bright. I'm just going down the list. They just popping in my head. Eye Bright. What else? Yeah, those are all good. Those are all good for eyes. Okay.
And another question is about the sinuses, because my allergies are. They feel like they're leaving them, and then they I like sneezing and my nose be all watery.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes are itchy. So with that black seed bitter and oregano, because I use the oregano oil.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, you have to identify what's causing that problem.
I think it's the pollen.
Yeah, if it's the pollen, then definitely we use things like the bee pollen is actually what's used to balance that out, though. Also understand you may want to go to an allergist to see what it is exactly. Get an allergen test done. Ragweed is highest in Philadelphia.
Mm.
In Philadelphia, that's ragweed. There is an app that you can go to, and you can punch in. Y'all hear him snoring down here?
Yeah, I heard. You heard me. I told him, get off your foot. I hear him already.
Yeah. Y'all hear him?
I can hear him. I can hear him over here. Got my wall shaking over here.
The dog snoring under my bed. Hurry up, man! I need a bone.
To be on the show.
All right. So, where were we? We were talking about
The ragweed.
The
ragweed, right?
Yeah.
There's an app that you can go to, and that's not a bad idea. Let me give you the app that I have, because every morning I wake up and I look at the app to see what the air quality is. And the app will GPS you to where you are in the country, anywhere you are, and it'll tell you what you need to know about that specific quality of air. And let me see if I can get it real quick. Let's see here. And then it'll give you alerts too. So you can set it up so that it will alert you.
All right.
Whenever there's like a problem in your area. Like I know Philadelphia is absolutely ragweed. Yeah, that's ragweed. Oh yeah, it's called Air Visual. Air Visual. VISUAL. And it's under a company called IQ Air. So right now, it says the air quality is good right now in Philly. Or where I am. It'll give you my GPS and where we are. And then you can punch in any city in the country, and it'll tell you where it is. And it'll give a rating of good, bad, dangerous. And they got a lot of levels here. So it gives you a map, and then it'll give you statistics. It'll also give you news and rankings and air quality of different places all around the world. So IQ Air. That's that in. IQ Air. Did anybody find it?
Yep, I got it. I just pulled it up.
IQ Air. And that's one I've always used. And then it gives you for like 3 days. It'll give you it'll give you 3 days at a time. Yep.
And one other quick question: when you're talking about with the toenails and all, is it if your toenail like just you cut your toenail like when it grows long, but if it just like the top of it just automatically fall off, will a new one regrow?
Yeah, that's fungus. That's a fungus issue. Yeah, if the nail comes off, that's fungus. So that's where you would use. Remember, I gave the cinnamon oil. I gave also the anything that's dealing with the oregano. Those are oils that can help with that. But you got to keep them moist also. Got it. And well, actually, in this case, you got to make sure the fungus is out first before you get moist. Make sure the fungus is out. So you need drying agents to do that. So you got to make sure everything is very dry. So, yeah. So those are the things that I would use, like the cinnamon, cinnamon oil or cinnamon powder or the cinnamon itself. I would probably start there first. Yeah.
Okay, guys, listen. Let me drop in here real quick, and I know it's hard to do this, but you know what? We got to win.
We got to go.
And I know a lot of folk have been asking, as folk putting in here, say, how do I get this? Again, to get a copy of tonight's chat, all right, send me an email to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. And also to continue to support the family tree, use Dr. Paul's Cash App, guys. That's $ Dr. Paul Hop. Again, that's $ Dr. Paul Hop or Zelle. For those of you who use a bank, send that to meccavideo@comcast.net. Or if you want to send out just a letter, guess what, guys? You send that to P.O. Box 19. Send it to me, Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, Jersey 08062. And all that information is in the chat. Request the chat and you get everything, guys. Continue to support us so we can do what we do. And God will bless you.
All right, Big B. That's a wrap, y'all. Did you learn anything tonight, y'all? If you did, put your hands together.
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's what's up.
Every day.
Get that dog off your foot, Dr. Paul.
Dr. Paul.
Get that dog off your foot.
Down there sleep. And then when he hear this music, he really going to go to sleep now. I thank y'all so much. It's been a pleasure.
Like a graduate class.
So much. I only charge you with one thing. And you know what that is? You got to go tell somebody. I'm charging you.
Tell somebody.
Okay, hey, you go, Margaret. I got you, Margaret. Hey, I see you looking. I got you, Margaret.
All right, before we start dancing, I just want to give y'all a final goodbye and say we be encouraged, because remember, if you're breathing,
you got a shot.
You got a shot. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Paul. Thank you.
All right, we're going to dance it out before
Yes,
we
ma'am.
go, all right?
Yes.
All right. Shake it out. Woo. There you go. Y'all can get up by your seat if you want to. Hey, Ray,
I might fall over.
Hey,
We lost the music. We don't hear the music anymore.
You don't hear the music?
It's there.
No.
I hear it. I don't know.
That music is pumping, y'all. Y'all got to
God. It stopped.
What's up, Big Ray? Big Ray.
Check your
Good
speakers.
is done.
It's blasted. All right.
I think it's you and Dr. Paul.
All right.
Only
So tap.
Only you and Bill dancing.
Tap. Good. And breathe.
Thanks for the reminder.
And breathe. Good. And
Yeah.
Come on down. To the temples. Good. Come on down. Good. Come on down to the chin. Feel that blood flow. And breathe. Good. Come on down. Tap. Right under the collarbone. 827. That's the kidneys. La.
Yeah.
All right. Tap. Tap. Come right here and bracket the breastbone right here. That is the thymus. That's for cancer. Anything with cancer that releases the thymus. Good. And breathe. Good. Then we come to the left. And the right. What's on the left side? Pancreas and spleen. On the right side is what?
Gallbladder.
Gallbladder. And the liver. Good. And then, that's right. Tap. Other arm. Thank you, Kamar. Tap. Time to get that lymphatic system moving, right?
Yeah.
And breathe. Tap. Hold it up. Good. And switch. Flip it over. Good. All the way up to the shoulder. Tap. Breathe. Tap and breathe. Tap and breathe. Good. All the way up to the head. And breathe. And breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. One more time. Breathe in and out. In. Breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. Breathe out. And put the hands together. Put them hands together. Come on. Feel that heat? Perfect. Good. Y'all got it. Get that heat going. You got that heat going?
Yes.
Good. I see you, Kamara. I see it. The palms. You're going to put it over our eyes. If you got glasses, take your glasses off. Real fast. Take them off real fast. Put them over your eyes. Put the palms of your hand, the palms right here, on your eyes, all right? One more time. Come on. Get that heat going. Good. And place over the eyes. That feels so good, right?
Yeah.
about time to go to bed, Ray. All right. Then stop. Rotate the top. Feel it. Feel it. Yep. That's your energy. Take that, put it all over you. Give yourself an energy bath. All the way down. One more time. Give yourself an energy bath just in case you didn't have one today. All right. You got an energy bath. And that's gonna be it, y'all. Love y'all. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And thanks for tuning in to the family tree.
Dr. Paul, who is this tonight? Who you playing?
Oh, this right here. I gotta see who this one is right here. This one is Doug Gomez. Doug Gomez.
Clean the whole house playing this.
Yeah. Yes, I love this sound.
Just Doug Gomez.
Yeah, and there's also this one. This is Sunlight Square.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yellow. Oh, yellow. Oh, yellow. That's AT Jazz Love. AT Jazz. Got to have that trumpet, right?
Yeah.
What you say? All right. All right, y'all. Where Big B go? He jump off. Must have to go to the bathroom.
He looks good.
All right, we'll see y'all. Let's do a countdown. I'm gonna do a countdown, and we're gonna take on off. All right. All right.